Welcome back to another AUTOBODYTECH video. Today we're diving into this huge quarter panel repair. I'll walk you through every step from pulling out the damage, the metalwork, applying color changing body filler, block sanding, and revealing my process for tackling big sheet metal repairs. Let's get started. As you can see, the gap along the rear bumper and door are out of spec. So the first step is to relieve all the tension from the center, and hopefully the gaps will restore on its own. I'm going to start by grinding down the point of impact with a grinder and rapid strip disc to accept the wiggle wire. Then I'll set up the pulling tower, anchoring it to the pots in the ground. When making these pulls, I'm being sure to set the tower to the correct height. I want to be pulling as straight as possible. Now for the pulls, I'm only looking to release what it wants to give. I'm not trying to force everything out at once. I'll continue this across the whole quarter panel. With tension still on, I'll look into the reflection for any major crowns and tap on them gently with a hammer. This will push those crowns towards the pressure. Whoops, I overpulled it, creating a buckle. I'll correct my mistake here with the next pull. And here's what it looks like after the first pass. I'll remove the wiggle wire, reattach the bumper, and see how it looks. So the bumper gap is looking pretty good now, but this is still looking pretty dented. So let's get this body line back out. The nice thing about wiggle wire is that you can bend it to get it to fit the curve of the line. I'll do the same to the door. With the general shape of the panels pulled out and restored, I'm going to ground down the panels to bare metal so that I can start working out the rest of the damage. I'll use my dent puller to gently weld the rod into a low spot. Then I'll pull and hold pressure and knock around the low spot with a slapping file to level out the quarter panel. This is a very tedious part of the repair process and can take up to several hours. I'll work the panel back and forth until I'm happy with it. Here I'm only using the slide hammer function on the dent puller. The dent puller that I'm using here is called the Maxi DF505. It works great and is very efficient. You just weld, pull, and then twist to remove the welded rod. With the metalwork complete, I'll use the rapid strip disc to clean off any of the burn marks from the dent puller. Then I'll go over it with 36 grit before applying body filler. Metalwork complete. Onto body filler. Here I'm using Rage Opex by Evercoat. It's a color changing body filler that comes in pink, but when hard, it dries to a grayish color. I'll get enough body filler to cover the entire quarter panel, then a strip of hardener across the body filler, and that should be enough. The correct ratio is 50:1, but this is normally how I would do it. For the first pass, you want to apply it pretty hard and tight into the metal. This helps the body filler fill into all those tiny scratch marks from the grinder and will help with adhesion. You want to apply it in small increments. Don't try to fill the full low spot in one shot. It may need a few passes. When sanding the first coat, my goal is to have the general shape straight and to have dominant body lines. I like to use 80 grit for the first coat. This coat will tell you how well you did in your metalwork. The proof is all there. The metal showing through the body filler are high spots. I'll knock them down gently with the corner of my chisel body hammer before continuing the final coat. I like to mask the edges of the work area where I don't need body filler. This helps keep my work area clean and makes for applying much easier as I'm not working around the edges. For the second coat, I'll start with a 120 grit, then work up to a 180 grit, then finishing in a 220 grit. Quick Check is a clear coat simulator. I'll spray it over the entire work area, then I'll be able to cross-check the work in the reflection. Let's have a look. And there it is, all finished with this one. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, check out my YouTube channel where you can find all sorts of auto body videos just like this. And don't forget to subscribe.